What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L here. Since Andy Serkis's new film, Mowgli, the Mowgli Jungle Book film, is pretty much out now on Netflix, I decided to do a top 10 list of my 10 favorite Andy Serkis movies. Because the guy's a motion. I mean, the guy, when he does motion capture, he's just perfect with them. And so I'm really curious to see his new directing film, which is Mowgli. So I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm definitely gonna try to check it out sometime. But anyway, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite Andy Serkis movies. Coming in at number 10 will actually be his directorial debut, Brave. Now, lots of people are saying that Mowgli is his directorial debut. That's not his directorial debut. His directorial debut was this movie that came out last year called Brave, which starred Andrew Garfield and Claire Foy. This movie was really good. I mean, in it, Andrew Garfield played the role of Robin Cavendish, who sadly had polio, which where he's like unable to move. It's actually really heartbreaking. And his character is kind of like a character who finds the cure for polio, and it's a really good little film. I mean, Andrew Garfield gave an outstanding performance. Really like his chemistry with Claire Foy. Their chemistry worked out pretty well. Yeah, this was a pretty good directorial debut by Andy Serkis. I mean, if you guys haven't had a chance to check it out yet, definitely give it a go. All right. Coming in at number 9 will be Adventures of Tintin, the film that was directed by Steven Spielberg and based on some book series. Adventure of Tintin it's a really good anime film. I mean, the animation here was pretty decent. And Andy Serkis's part in this was pretty good too. You also have a voice cast that included Daniel Craig, Jamie Bell, Simon Pegg was in this. Chip we never got around to have a sequel to this, but they've been talking about that for like forever. So God knows if a sequel will ever come. But the first Adventure Tintin, it's a really good film. Coming in at number 8 will be The Hobbit: An Unexpected Journey. Now, this was the prequel to the Lord of the Rings movies, and this is like the only time that Andy Serkis reprised his role as Gollum in the prequels. I mean, The Hobbit is an unexpected journey. It's pretty good. I mean, this time around you had Marv Freeman as Bilbo Baggins. Of course, Marv Freeman and Andy Serkis worked together on another film I'm going to talk about here in a bit. And I mean, the prequel aspects to Lord of the Rings, it's pretty decent. And the other Hobbit films that came after this was all pretty good too. It's too bad that they didn't have Gollum return for the other Hobbit films, but it was still pretty cool seeing him have a part in the first Hobbit, even though his role wasn't as big as it should have. Coming in at number 7 will be Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Now, I actually decided to choose The Last Jedi instead of The Force Awakens because I felt that Andy Serkis had a bigger presence in The Last Jedi as Snoke than he did in The Force Awakens. I don't care what anyone said. I really simply liked The Last Jedi. I really thought it was fun, and Andy Serkis back as Snoke was really good. I kind of hope we see Snoke again, but after The Last Jedi, I'm not 100%. After what happens to Snoke in The Last Jedi, I'm not 100% sure if we're ever going to see him again. But hey, crazy things have happened. And yeah, I mean, Last Jedi it's pretty cool, and I know lots of people poo-poo on the film and all, but to me, it's not that bad as people make it out to be. And of course, I can't wait for the next Star Wars installment. Coming in at number 6 will be Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Now Andy Serkis as Caesar is amazing. And I thought he was really good in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Lots of people even consider that Serkis should have gotten an Oscar nomination for his performance, which I will admit, I kind of agree with that one. Also, you had Jason Clarke, Kerry Russell was also in this. Dawn was really good. I mean, I admit it was a little slow at times. I will say that up front, but it was still a pretty decent ape film. And yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, definitely give it a go. All right. Speaking of Dawn, coming in at number 5 will be War for the Planet of the Apes. I gotta say, War for the Planet of the Apes, it's pretty. I kind of liked it more than Dawn. That's probably unpopular to say. But War for the Planet of the Apes was pretty decent. I mean, you had Woody Harrelson as the bad guy. Woody Harrelson was awesome in this. And also, Steve Zahn actually stole some scenes in this. And Andy Serkis gave such an amazing performance as Caesar for the third time around. It's such a shame that the Oscars can't really honor motion capture performances, because Andy Serkis as Caesar is outstanding. And I mean, I kind of hope we see another one, but after the box office numbers for War, I highly doubt we're probably going to see another one in the future. But who knows? Coming in at number 4 will be Black Panther. Now, Andy Serkis in this was, as I guess you say, one of the villains here. Not really the main villain, but he's pretty much one of the villains. Was a pretty good one. And like The Hobbit, this film also had Mark Freeman in it. So you kind of had a Hobbit reunion between Freeman and Serkis here. And I mean, Andy Serkis as the role of Claw worked well. Now before this, he actually played the role of Claw again in Age of Ultron, which I didn't add in my list because his role in that wasn't that big, which is kind of the only reason why it's not on my list. But still, I mean, him as the role of Claw it's a pretty cool role for him to do. And I thought he was also pretty funny in his parts too. Like, he literally had some funny lines in Black Panther. And I still want to see that dude's mixtape, by the way. Come on, Marvel, drop Claw's mixtape on us, because I really want to hear I really want to hear Serkis's mixtape as Claw. If you guys seen Black Panther, you know what I'm talking about. And I gotta say, I kind of hope we see Claw again, but after what happened in Black Panther, not sure if we're probably gonna see him again. But we'll see. Maybe we'll see him again in the future. All right, coming in at number 3 will be Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Now, this was pretty much his debut as the role of Caesar, and of course, he had James Franco in it. Kind of like how The Hobbit is a prequel to Lord of the Rings. This was a prequel to Planet of the Apes. And I mean, Serkis as the role of Caesar, it's an amazing role, you know. he just really embodies that role perfectly. He does the voice wonderful. Of course, he does the motion capture work as Caesar, and that role is just perfect for him. And like I said, I kind of hope we see another one in the future, but the last one didn't do so well. So I'm not sure if we're probably ever going to see Serkis back as Caesar again, but who knows? Coming in at number 2 will be Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Now, I could go with like any other Lord of the Rings films, but I'm just gonna go with Return of the King. And Andy Serkis as Gollum. Gollum's probably my favorite Lord of the Rings character. I don't know why, just the character is just really. He has some pretty funny lines in his parts. And Serkis as the role of Gollum, he plays that role perfectly. I mean, the way he says lines like "my precious," I mean, perfect line for Serkis to say as Gollum. And I mean, I know Amazon is doing this Lord of the Rings series. I gotta say, I kind of hope Andy Serkis reprises his role as Gollum. Well, I think it's either Amazon or Netflix. I can't remember which one is doing it, but all I know is I don't care who. I don't really. I'm okay if Ian McKellen doesn't reprise his role, but as long as Andy Serkis reprises his role as Gollum, it's all good. Because I mean, to me, Gollum really makes Lord of the Rings. I mean, I know he's not the main focus or anything like that, but he just steals so much scenes in the Lord of the Rings franchise, and I mean, to be honest, I'll even be down to see a Gollum spinoff because he's just a scene stealer, kind of like how Rocket Raccoon and Groot are scene stealers in Guardians of the Galaxy. Gollum's a scene stealer in the Lord of the Rings films. All right. Coming in at number 1 for my 10 favorite Andy Serkis movies, number 1 will be King Kong. Now, in the 8 movies, of course, he plays the role of Caesar, but those are the only times he have played an ape. He, of course, played the biggest ape of them all, and that is King Kong. Andy Serkis as the motion capture guy for King Kong, he was perfect as that role. And I gotta say, too bad they didn't have Andy Serkis play King Kong again in that Skull Island film. Because I mean, he just the way Serkis did as the role King Kong. I mean, King Kong literally looked more realistic in this one than he did in the 30s classic. I mean, King Kong was pretty big in the Peter Jackson one. And Peter Jackson, by the way, what he did with the King Kong film was awesome. Except my only problem with the film was how long it was. I mean, it took like a long time for King Kong to get on screen. That's why I was kind of happy with Skull Island because King Kong ended up in the beginning, which made me happy with that one. I mean, that was the only problem I had with King Kong. Because, I mean, like I said, it took a while for King Kong to get on screen, and the movie was actually really long than it should have. I think, they could have cut down a few scenes in the Peter Jackson King Kong film. Because there were some scenes in that movie that I didn't think needed to be in there. But overall, King Kong is still a pretty good film. And the fight battle scene between King Kong and that T-Rex, such an amazing scene. And, yeah, I mean, speaking of King Kong, can't wait for Godzilla vs. Kong. I know Andy Serkis is not in that or anything, but I'm really looking forward for that. Yeah, and I mean, if you guys still haven't seen that King Kong film, the Peter Jackson one, definitely check it out. It's really good. Long, but good. All right, that's pretty much it for my 10 favorite Andy Serkis films. Let me do the quick rundown. 10, Brave. 9, Adventure of Tintin. 8, The Hobbit and Unexpected Journey. 7, Star Wars The Last Jedi. 6, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. 5, War for the Planet of the Apes. 4. Black Panther. 3. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. 2. Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. 1. King Kong. Now, there's a few others I could have added. I mean, he had a pretty funny role in that Jennifer Garner film, Dirty Going on Dirty. Burke and Hare, the one they did with Simon Pegg, was pretty good. Like the aforementioned Age of Ultron, Force Awakens. And I'm actually looking forward to check out his Mowgli film. I'll definitely give that one a go when I get a chance. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me leave it to you guys. What are your favorite Andy Serkis movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.